We've been recording my live performance on the DJM V10 and the Pioneer DJS-1000. I've got my computer here running Cubase and then mostly Omnisphere and Contact, and I use that together with the keyboard to play live synths on top. And then I've got the Strymon Big Sky reverb pedal, and I use that to send claps and such through it and, you know, get the reverb out of it. The basis of the track I'm playing from one of the DJS-1000. So I have my beats here. I'm using the other one to trigger small things. I've got like hi-hats, I've got rides, claps, vocals. And together with those, I'll build up the track. I'll do most of the sequencing on this one. I start with this effect, which is coming, it is going through the reverb here. It's set to 5 seconds now, but I've also set it to 50 during the performance. And the cool thing is, so I'll get this reverb loop on this channel, which I can then use to sort of filter in and out the ambience. I've got my effect sense here. So in this case, I'm sending this clap. Because it comes back on a different channel, I can do all kinds of stuff with it. I can filter this, I can compress it. I could use my EQ to sculpt the sound so I can get exactly the part that I want. And that is creative control that before, you know, didn't exist. One thing I like to do is send stuff through the long delay. So for instance, I have this drum fill here that I use as an effect. You'll get that reverb tail, and then by using the internal effects, I can reprocess that again. I use that on the strings a lot. So I'm playing my Prophet on this side. And then using the shimmer during the breakdown to sort of add a little bit of an ambience to it. What I've done as well is use the dub echo to create a sort of nice rhythmic effect in the breakdown. I've got this snare here, and if I send that through the dub echo, what I really like here is I've got independent control for a feedback for time and then also for tone. Basically, you've got that individual feedback or control on all different parts of the dub echo. And that goes for all the effects actually, and that really helps. I'm also using the spiral on my keys, and it works wonderfully on these like small plucky sounds. And the more I dial in, the more it starts to self-oscillate almost. And you can use this for very creative effects. So if it's on sort of quarter past, it'll just keep on repeating endlessly. And I can manipulate it here for really nice fill effects. If you want to do risers and all those things, you like to control those live, and doing them like this is really nice because you can sort of tune it to how long your breakdown is or how long your climax is. Sometimes it's hard to get like a drum computer up to, you know, normal volume. And so I've got a compressor per channel here that I can sort of use to first compress and later also drive a little bit. So if we use that on, for instance, the DJS-1000. So this is with the compressor off, and the more I turn it up, it starts to compress and then later also drive the signal. So you can really hear it cutting the signal around, which is, I mean, it's too much for regular performance, but having that versatility is really handy because some devices are just louder or less loud than others. The filters have changed quite a bit. Before, they would always be at 12 o'clock and you'd go up for a high pass or then down for low pass. On this one, you either select high pass or low pass, but you've got full rotation. So what I really like is I'm playing on this end and I don't really have to look here to control the filter. I can just go like that and just get it back in there. And that's really nice because before I'd have to press the filter, I'd have to control it with my hand. And so I was always busy on different parts of the mixer, whereas now it's basically just one function that I can control. So this mixer has changed the way I perform live because, you know, on top of having 2 extra channels, which is a huge help, I've got the compression per channel. I've got the ability to route the effects any way I like, so I can send them through my external reverb, have that come back in on a dedicated channel and then sculpt it, and then I can go and process that again with internal effects. So it's a huge part of my live performance now.